But with a 9, it does sometimes get a little confusing for people because not everybody identifies with that sloth or kind of lazy energy. Sometimes, like you were
Mhm.
saying, it's very much productive. Like I'm busy, I'm always doing things. So, what I have found is that in my personal experience, people get confused sometimes. Am I a 9 or am I a 6? Or am I a 9 or am I a 2? Tend to be the most common
Yeah.
uh kind of pairings in the typing process. So I'm curious, what insight would you offer someone who is maybe trying to navigate, am I a 6 or a 9? And then I'm going to follow up with the other one.
Well, it's funny because my 15-year-old daughter is on this exact path right now. She doesn't know if she's a 6 or a 9, and I'm pretty sure she's a 9, but, 9s under stress, they can go towards a 6, and I have experienced that when I'm in stress, I start to spiral about the end of the world, and this if this happens, then the world's gonna end, and, life as we know it is over, and, when I start to get that way, I have to kind of like, it feels like I'm not myself when I start to do that because I'm not in my own number. And I think that's where she's at, is that she's a 9 under stress. And so she is taking on a lot of the qualities of a 6. Just being in high school is stressful. Um,
Right.
so I think that there is, and also, a 6, I think in health will go to a 9. And so a healthy 6 might start to feel a lot like these things aren't going to bother me as much. And I'm going to be able to kind of breathe easier and not obsess about, all the things that could go wrong. So I think there is kind of that, and that line between those 2 can be kind of really confusing, but I think it all comes back to your core motivation. And with the 9, it's really about having peace, and with the 6, it's really about finding safety. So you really
Yeah.
have to decide which one's more important. Me and my daughter, we've been joking lately about it, and she'll be like, "Well, give me a scenario where like peace and safety are like at odds." And so I'll be like, "If you're driving down the road and someone's being unsafe, do you tell them and risk, being conflict in the relationship, or do you just like put up with it and feel unsafe?" And it's just funny, like that wouldn't happen, but
That's a
we've been
good
trying to figure it
one.
out. Yeah. Yeah, we've
Yes.
been trying to figure out what's at the core. So we'll see.
Yes.
It takes time, I think, for people to feel who they really are. And I think, reading the book would help, or digging into some resources, helps you kind of identify.
Yeah, and it does come down to motive, you're absolutely right, and then sometimes people will say like, "Well, both," or "At work,
Yeah.
it's this
Yeah.
way," or "At home, I'm
Yeah.
motivated this way,"